Dodi ma'anilo, Dodi ma'anilo, harua b'shoshani, harua b'shoshani, Dodi ma'anilo, Dodi ma'anilo, Dodi ma'anilo, harua b'shoshani, harua b'shoshani, Dodi ma'anilo, Dodi ma'anilo, Dodi ma'anilo, harua b'shoshani, harua b'shoshani, Dodi ma'anilo, Dodi ma'anilo, Dodi ma'anilo, harua b'shoshani, harua b'shoshani. Once more. Dodi ma'anilo, Dodi ma'anilo, Dodi ma'anilo, harua b'shoshani, harua b'shoshani. So hello, KZOOMers. And there maybe a few people here for the first time.
Welcome.
You are so welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome to prayer.
And we might want to take a moment to just to look around the Zoom room and to connect yourself in practice to every other person that is here. Steve is here from St. Croix, and Sai, are you in Costa Rica? You are.
Johnny in Australia.
Johnny in Australia. And everybody, so welcome. It's a special time. And Rachmael is kind of with us. So yeah.
Iffy, thanks.
Yeah, but he's kind of with us.
Yeah, I'm still post-surgery. I'm going to be laying down most of the time, but I've got one chant in me, so I'm going to come back and do one chant with Shepherd.
Okay.
A little later.
So, are you going to go lie down, right? Yeah. Okay, push this out of the way so we can see you.
Yes.
So, yesterday I was teaching a class at the Reconstructionist Rabbinical College for first year rabbinical students. Oh, Vivi, did you know I was there? I was there on Zoom at the a class on Reconstructionism, and someone, after a while, someone said to me, well, what is your concept of God? And I said, I don't know. I I am so confused. I don't have a concept of God, but I love God so much. And I address myself to God, and God addresses God's self to me. And my favorite nickname is for God is my mystery, And the whole, I think, one of the great purposes of the Song of Songs is to allow us to establish this relationship with the mystery, allow it to speak to us, and allow ourselves to be, our lives to be the response to that mystery, and to be engaged with it, And I, so the practices that I want to do tonight are ones that I call this class an exploration of the holy confusion. Because there are moments in my practice when, there are moments in my life when I'm confused, and it's not a good confusion. It's like a very kind of shutting down place of confusion. But there's another kind of confusion that I call a holy confusion, which is when I don't know who's who anymore. I don't know who's God and who's me. There's something that happens. I don't know even who's you and who's me. There's something that happens where I get that subject and object begin to merge, and there is only one, but that oneness can be, can feel a little confusing. I was sort of looking into some teachings about, does anybody else in the world have a positive relationship to confusion? And I found a few people. One who was someone named Kelly Gallagher, who wrote a book about reading, and how important confusion is, and this person says, when my students come to me, they think confusion is bad. They are wrong. Confusion is the place where learning occurs. And Albert Einstein, who's one of the people that I kind of really looked up to, was one of the greatest mystics. He says, I used to go for weeks in a state of confusion. Well, if it's good enough for Albert Einstein, I think we could go there too, to that state of confusion. And Chögyam Trungpa, I don't know how to say his name, says, becoming awake involves seeing our confusion more clearly. Becoming awake involves seeing our confusion more clearly. And Robert Johnson, who is a great kind of a Jungian teacher, says to suffer one's confusion is the first step in healing. There was a couple other ones that I found. That one was from Salvador Dali, that says, what is important is to spread confusion, not eliminate it. Like that Salvador man. And so I want to spread confusion, the good kind, which is to take this kind of dead certainty out of our relationship with God, and open up to a mystery. And so the words that we were just singing, we're going to come back into. That says, my beloved is mine, and I am his. He pastures among the lilies. And I was using these words as a way to experience the holy confusion of identity, really. And I was doing that. I'm going to teach you the two different ways to chant this. So we're saying, my beloved is mine. So my beloved is like this world, that appears to me. God who appears to me as this world is mine, and I am, and I belong to this world here. So I sing, and I really kind of feel myself like taking in the beloved out there. I say, Dodi, and Vayahi lo, Dodi, Vayahi lo, Dodi, Vayahi lo, Harua Bashoshanim, Harua Bashoshanim. And so when we say he pastures among the lilies, it's kind of a celebration of that relationship. Here we are together in the garden. Dodi leave anihilo, Dodi leave anihilo, Dodi leave anihilo, Harua Bashoshanim, Harua Bashoshanim. Once more like that. Out there, here is the beloved. Dodi leave anihilo, Dodi leave anihilo, Dodi leave anihilo, Harua Bashoshanim, Harua Bashoshanim. So let's just take a moment just to feel, to bask in that mystery that we belong to each other, that mystery and me. And just take that in, the grazing among the lilies of that feeling. And now I want to try it in a different way, to practice it in a different way, remembering that the beloved, that mystery, is found inside the deepest places inside the heart. That's where the beloved is waiting for me. And so I'll say that, I'll point to that beloved. I'll say, Dodi. And then when I say Li, it's like, oh, here's this me now. This kind of person that I think I am here. But that Dodi, that beloved, is inside me. It's deep inside. And then I come back out to the me that I've, that I think I am here. And we'll see how that works, okay? So point inside, find that deepest place within, we say, Dodi li Vayahi, and dive back in. Dodi li Vayahi, Dodi li Vayahi, Harua Bashoshanim, Harua Bashoshanim. Dive deep. Dodi li Vayahi, Dodi li Vayahi, Dodi li Vayahi, Harua Bashoshanim. leave anilo. Dodi leave anilo. Dodi leave anilo. Hallelujah, Bashoshanim. And now find the beloved inside you. Dodi leave anilo. Dodi leave anilo. Dodi leave anilo. Haruah Bashoshanim. Haruah Bashoshanim. So do you sense the holy confusion yet? Raise your hand if you're confused. Okay. It's a good confusion. It's a good confusion. It's letting go of everything you know, everything you think about, every concept of God, and just opening to that paradox of God within, God without. I want to take that holy confusion and apply it to the next practice. The practice that I wanted to do, because it is from an important phrase in this parsha, Torah parsha of Bishalach, which means the sending, and is we are being sent to our freedom, and we are sending each other. And the words say oz, which is this strength that I feel in me, oz. And then it says v'zimrat Yah, which is this way that God is singing me. You know, I think I'm singing. And this is what happens when I chant a lot. I think that I'm the one that's chanting. And then suddenly I say, oh my God, who's chanting? And God, it's like I am being chanted. God is chanting through me. That's the Zimrat Yah. So I need both. I need to know that I can sing this song. I have the strength. I have the courage. I can do it. Oh, Z, my strength. And then I need to open to that experience of like, oh, I am being sung. You know, the song of God is singing me, v'zimrat Yah. It's happening, and I surrender to that. And when both of those can happen in my spiritual practice, Vayahi lishuah, that will be my salvation. That's what I'm looking for, is not just one or the other, but how do I kind of come into this covenantal relationship with that mystery that we together are creating our reality. I'm just trying to blow your mind today. Because I'm blowing my own mind, you know. That's the practice. So let's take what we learned from the practice before, and see if we can bring it to this practice. That sense of Ozi, this kind of place inside that is your strength. And then Vizimaradia. It's like, oh, there's nobody home. It's only God pouring through this not even their vessel. So, So as we feel both of these different realities of the divine manifest, let's see if we can just first hold your right hand out and feel in that right hand this place of your strength, all the different layers of your identity, who you are, the kind of place of the self rooted in God. Just feel that in the right hand. Feel how strong that is. And then put that aside and just open up your left hand and feel in your left hand this other quality of transparency and flow, and the God that is guiding you, that is pouring through as your song, just like a whole different quality of that in the left hand. And now see if you can feel both of your hands at once. That paradox, hold it. And just slowly bring your hands towards each other. Those different truths, bring them together. And let them touch. And just notice the holy confusion just that leads us to wisdom, to experience of God. Joseph Goldstein says that prayer is the preparation of consciousness for the God experience. Prayer is the preparation of consciousness for the God experience. In a way, I think what he's saying is you got to blow your mind. You got to clear away all conceptions and open yourself to an experience, and surrender to that experience, to surrender to it. So, I would love to, the next practice, invite my beloved Rachmil to come and join us and do a little, what's in the Sufism called a zikr, which means chod, means remembrance. And the prayer is called yours. And from Psalm 74, that says, yours is the day, and yours is the night. And I add these words, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. So, the way that I like to do it, for those of you who want to move a little bit, one way of coming into the holy confusion is through a bowing practice. Because it's really hard to stay in your head when your head is moving, So what I chant is this, the chant is, goes, L'chayom aflecha laila, L'chayom aflecha laila. Why don't you come a little closer, honey, because you can hold that part. L'chayom aflecha laila, L'chayom aflecha laila, L'chayom aflecha Aflecha laila, lecha yom. 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 Aflecha laila, lecha Yours is the night, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. Yours is the night, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. Yours is the day, yours is the light, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I find. Yours is the day, yours is the night, yours is the dark, and yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever I look, it is you that I laila, laka hayom, aflaka laila, laka hayom, aflaka laila, laka hayom, aflaka laila. And a whisper. Almost silently now. Full voice.
Hayom, aflaka laila, hayom, aflaka laila, hayom, aflaka laila, hayom, aflaka laila.
Yours is the day.
Yours
is the night.
Yours
is the dark. And yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever laila, it is you that I find. Yours is the day. Yours is the night. Yours is the dark. And yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever laila, it is you that I find. Now sweetly. Yours is the day. Yours is the night. Yours is the dark. And yours is the light. I am yours. You are mine. Wherever laila, it is you that I find. Yours is the day. Yours is the night. Yours is the dark. And yours is the light. I am yours, and you are mine. Wherever laila, it is you that I find. Hayom, aflaka laila, 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 hayom, aflaka laila. Yours is the day. Yours is the night. Yours is the dark. And yours yours is Delilah. I am yours. You are mine. Wherever I is you that I find. And in the silence, just surrender. So if you'd like to open your eyes and just take a look around the KZOOM room, knowing that all of these are all the faces of God here, all the many faces of the one being that we are, maybe in a bit of an altered state now. So just let the connection between us just call us back. So you can remember that becoming awake involves seeing our confusion more clearly. So there's a kind of a clarity that happens in the midst of confusion that kind of lets our old way of seeing drop away, and maybe seeing a little more clearly as we move through the holy confusion into a place of awakeness. So I want to bring you one more practice. One more practice, and it's called Palmistry. When I was maybe a teenager or something, I went into New York City. Would take up the bus into New York City and have adventures, and from New Jersey, and I went to a palm reader who looked at my hands and saw just everything. It was kind of like amazing, and he just kind of opened me to this art of watching the lines on my hand. And he told me things that he never should have told me. because they're things I didn't want to know, but they were all true. So it was, and so I started to watch the lines in my hands, and even kind of try to root for some of them, to happen. But it just became just an amazing kind of a map for me, really, of both the life that I'm given and then what I make of it, sort of written there in my hands. And then I had my mind blown by the prophet Isaiah, who said these words as in God saying these words through the prophet Isaiah. God says to us, "You are engraved on the palm of my hand." So that great mystery says to us, you are the lines on my hand. Your life is what's happening to me. God is saying that to us. And that kind of blew my mind and changed my relationship to that mystery, knowing that my life was like engraved in the palm of God's hand.
Been married 3 times.
Right. So I just want to lay that on you to see if that might change your relationship. Like, who am I and who am God? Who I'm God? Who am I? Who is God? Am I a line on God's palm? And the palm is showing us, really kind of this deep, deep truth, engraved there. So, that practice came for me. I realized that we touch each other, and you become the line on my hand. It's like with your spirit, with your presence, even on Zoom, I'm touched by that presence. And then I look at my own palm and I say, "Oh, there you are. You have touched me. You have become part of my life." And all of these illusions of separateness start to break down, because we are engraved upon each other, and we are the lines upon the hand of God. So I want this to be our final practice of this evening, morning, and say, and it's like you want to just maybe put your hands up to the screen so that we can see those lines there. And in a way, look at all those hands. David from Tallahassee, I don't see your hands. Are you there? Good. Oh, great. So I want to see those hands, and in a sense feel like we are touching each other. And then when we do that, we'll kind of then look and say, "Oh, there, my hand, I can then encounter you inside on my hands too," right? So the chant goes like this: Heyn al-kapayim chakotich, Heyn al-kapayim chakotich, Heyn al-kapayim chakotich, Heyn al-kapayim chakotich. And then when you say chakotich, really look at your own hands. Heyn al-kapayim, chakotich. Heyn al-kapayim, chakotich. Heyn al-kapayim, chakotich. Heyn al-kapayim, chakotich. Heyn al-kapayim, chakotich, 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 chakotich. Now, let's just imagine that God is chanting this to us and saying, you, all of you, hear the lines on my hand. So as we chant, let's hear it in that way. Feel your own life integral to the whole, engraved on the palm of God's hand. Heyn al-kapayim, chakotich. Heyn al-kapayim, chakotich. Heyn al-kapayim, chakotich, 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 chakotich. So again, you want to just to take a look around the KZOOM room. Thank everyone here for your practice tonight, for getting our minds blown together. And,
Oh, such sweet people.
So the custom is to go to our website and give a little donation in honor of what you have received, and also if you feel like just staying for 10 minutes and checking in with each other about what that mind-blowing experience was for you. It helps to have somebody have a little bit of reflection time, and then I'm going to call you back in 10 minutes, and just to let you know, even though the